Let's talk Tanya for the 21st of Sivan. In yesterday's Tanya, we spoke about Yehuda Ilah, the higher perspective of God's unity. And from that perspective, which is the perspective of the name of Havaya, it's not only that the worlds don't have any independent existence of God, but the worlds also essentially lack any value or significance or importance. But that is only from the perspective of the name of Havaya. How about from the perspective of the name of Adonai, which we introduced 2 days ago and spoke about also yesterday? From the perspective of Adonai, we can't say that the world lacks value. And why is that? Again, the word Adonai, the name Adonai, comes from the root Adon, which means to be a master, and is related to God's royalty, God's kingship. A king can't say that his subjects lack value or lack significance for the simple reason that without the subjects, the king is not a king. From the perspective of the name of Adonai, God needs creation. God needs the world because he needs to be the king, and without us, he isn't the king. So from the perspective of Adonai, do we have independent existence? No, we are just, at the end of the day, we are projections of God's energy being forced into existence at every single moment. But we cannot say that we have no substance or significance or importance. This is also a level of unity. It's a lower level of unity because ultimately we can still say, yes, there's only God because everything that exists is only God and that which he is pushing into creation, which doesn't have any existence of his own. But this is a more blurry level of unity. And the reason for this is because there is something else that has value. The only thing is we have to look past that value and realize that ultimately everything is sourced in God, not only sourced in God, but doesn't have any independent existence, which is why Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Echad. The clear one, the clear unity and oneness, that is Yehuda Ilah. That is the higher level of God's unity. And then we say, Baruch Shem Kved Malchusei Lo Elam Voed, and as we explained 2 days ago, Voed is also unity, but the unity is concealed. That is Yehuda Tata, that is the lower level of unity. Yes, God is still one, but it's not as crystal clear as in the higher level of unity. Now, the obvious question is, so which one is correct? Yehuda Ilah or Yehuda Tata? Do we have value or do we not have value? And the answer, in true Jewish fashion, is both. They're both correct. Depends on which perspective we have. There's a pasuk actually that says, Keil Deis Hashem, which means that God has two perspectives. From the perspective of the name of Havaya, Yehuda Ilah, the higher level of unity, is correct. From the perspective of the name of Adonai, from the perspective of God's royalty, Yehuda Tata, the lower level of God's unity, is correct. Over here in this world, most of us, we cannot relate to the higher level of unity. For a created being, trapped in our own existence and in our own ego, our own sense of self, to realize not only are we not only are we what we say bottled to God, not only are we nullified before God, but we lack any importance or value whatsoever in the face of God. The greatest of tzaddikim are able to live with that sense. Most of us cannot, although maybe from time to time we can have flashes of that. But the conversation is a very important conversation. The Mittler Rebbe, Rabbi Dov Ber, the son of the Baal HaTanya, the son of the Alter Rebbe, he once said that his wish is that when two Chassidim encounter each other on the street, they should start talking about Yehuda Ilah, Yehuda Tata, the higher level of God's unity, the lower level of God's unity, trying to make sense of it, trying to understand these concepts better. Whether or not we can truly sense and relate to Yehuda Ilah, whether that higher level of unity will ever resonate within us, the more we talk about this topic, the more we talk about this subject, about God's unity, it leads us to look at the world entirely differently, realizing how unimportant the world is and how what's really important is God, serving God. And ultimately, as we explained in the introduction to Shariach Humana, it brings us to love God. Because if God is the true existence, and God is the only thing that really matters, then I should have a desire to be connected to that God, that true and only existence. In tomorrow's Tanya, we'll continue the conversation, and we are going to discuss a verse, Ani Hashem Leishanisi, where God proclaims that he never changes, and in the light of everything that we've talked about up until this point, that pasuk, that verse will make perfect sense.